Hey there, everybody. Thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'll be taking a look at Laura Knetzger's Bug Boys Volume 2, Outside and Beyond. We were with Jack at Second and Charles, and he was looking in the kids section at comics, and I grabbed this one and picked it up and just kind of like the Adventure Time vibes in the art, and then he said it looked cool to him, so we grabbed it. Yeah, really like the art. It's very, like, clean line. Reminds me of Adventure Time, Michael Sweater's stuff, kind of with that really clean line cartooning, and then really nice coloring in this one. A lot of nice like shape work in the coloring as well. These stories weren't as great as I was hoping. They're like short little stories of bugs going and doing different things. But there are some cool like little tricks in the art, some nice formalism. So I just wanted to go through and show the things that jumped out to me at the book. The stories just seemed a little simple. I was having a hard time getting interested in them. But there are just a lot of cool stuff going on in the art. Right here you have this like little flying ant figure or glow bug figure reading a map, and it's a little bit hard to catch at first because this balloon kind of comes and looks like it turns into the character's wings, but it is a word balloon. You can see it pointing to the mouth. A, really like the composition and the breakup of the shapes there. B, really like that this character is reading the map, and the map is what's in the word balloon, so it becomes a visual element in the composition of the page. Really cool idea. Something I'll definitely try and find a use for in my own work, because I am a thief. One thing I really liked about this book is there are some things that look like pretty well managed production going on, even though it's not a book that has anything special going on in production. Just like on this page, it seems pretty obvious to me that the black got printed last, which I think is normal anyways, that black gets printed last. But the way that the colors stack up, it looks like the black ink was actually printed over the other inks, and in a tangible way I can like see through it a little bit. And so as everything comes down into the shadows here, there's almost this like absorption of light in the same way you can get in a painting that has glazes on it. And that's something as I move forward, getting close to the digital aspect of putting bound together and preparing it for print, and starting to some of the collaborative projects I'm working on, really thinking about printing in layers and controlling the layers. So it's cool to see something in a book where I can really feel it and like verify that, like, yeah, that effect does come across. I did find one piece of writing I really liked in here, and I thought it was a great message to be, giving in a kid's book. When a story has many different endings, how do you know the truth of what happened? They're all a little true, but I believe in the endings that feel right to me. There's a dangerous aspect of that, of like ignoring everything else because you're just gonna believe what feels right to you. Like, that's dangerous. But I do think it's healthy to get this idea across that every viewpoint that you come across in the world has validity behind it of some sort. There's alterations that may be needed to be made, but to just write off anyone's idea without understanding the experiences they've gone through to come to that is pretty, shitty. And then also this idea that like this little character is realizing that, look, there can be truth, and I can acknowledge like objective truth, but sometimes, and this, I know if you've watched all the videos, you've heard me talk about this a lot lately, but me and Tori are talking about it a lot lately, is the idea that we can know factually, scientifically, something is not true, and I would never make a claim it's true, but I can choose to believe certain stories if they, I don't want to say feel right to me like they do in here, but if they cause me to feel differently about the way I look at things, or whatever. If they make some tangible impact in my life, it doesn't matter if the content of the story is factually true or not. I can just choose to believe in it, and that's an idea that we've been kicking around a lot. This image here is one of my favorite images in the book. It looks like it was maybe drawn by a different artist, just the way the background seems a little more grounded and solid than even like the content on the page here. Also, it's got like thinner line work, so it was either drawn bigger and shrunk down, or drawn with a different pen or something. But I think like just taking this and approaching it this with the thinner line art, a little bit tighter rendering of perspective, could make this book like really, really visually appealing rather than just like nice and cute. Also, just like having some more details, having some more depth like that than in a lot of the panels could be fun. But for like a kid's book, I also get why they're not doing the effort. This cracked me up here. They're saying it's not juice, it's soda. What's that? Carbonated juice. It's actually forbidden in Bug Village. So the idea that they're getting a hold of soda as like this naughty delicacy is fun. This is another one of these like chapter ending, chapter beginning images that I think, man, if the whole book looked like this with these colored lines and that nice color palette, because the colors are so solid all throughout. The artist is showing what they're capable of and then kind of pulling back a little too much, I think, for my taste. I get for a kid's book, this is totally fine. And then in the end, we get some really cool stuff where there's like educational stuff showing the kids, oh, this is how you can make the perfect s'more, just little different activities like that. There's a bonus black and white comic section, which is cool to see. And then you get some of just the black and white art and something that's been colored with color pencil. So some nice little extras there for the kiddos at the end of the book. Definitely a super kid-friendly book. Definitely a book that is geared towards a child's reading experience. I don't think this is the type of book where I could say like both kids and adults could enjoy it equally, but for different reasons. Like mostly kids are going to enjoy this, but it is really fun to look at. And if you have kids in the house, this would be a good one to have around. But I don't think I can recommend it just like as an adult going and grabbing this for an enriching reading experience. Centralia is an awesome, gorgeous comic by rising Dutch star Miel van de Peet. This is his first work. It's a really great sci-fi story. There's a world in the future where the sun has gotten so hot that people can't be on the ground. So they have to run around. There's a lot of conceits that go with that. You know, what is the world that looks like? And I think you can see by the art that Sean's description of this book as like a Moebius for young adults, a YA Moebius, is a really great description of this really gorgeous and like wild, wacky, fun book.